you smell that, ladies and gentlemen? That's the smell of a new format for you. Hello, everybody on YouTube. It's your boy, the Memphis XL, right back at you with another episode of Check This Out. The show where we take a look at troll decks, rogue decks, meta decks, casual decks, whatever sort of deck we want to take a look at, and we have ourselves a good time with it. Today, everybody, is a new format. We're taking a look at a classic deck, and we're taking a look at ourselves some Traptrix Dogmatika. That's right, this is a very hard going first deck. We're trying to go first, control the board, and never let our opponent get control of the board. We just keep control of the board, and we just ride it all the way to the bank. So we got ourselves our nice deck here today that we're going to be showing off. We're going to show off the cards, the combos, the wombos, all the good stuff, and some duels on yugioh Pro. Don't forget, if you do enjoy this video, if you find it informative or funny or whatever the heck I do, give the buttons down below a shot. Like, sub, things like that. All up to you, of course. I'm just saying, if I do entertain you, give it a thought. So, without further ado, let's go ahead into the deck list we'll be using today, and then get right into the duels. So for our main deck today, we have 2 copies of Dogmatika Fleur-de-Lis, 2 copies of Parallel Exceed, 1 Dogmatika Maximus, 1 copy of Artifact Scythe, 2 copies of Traptrix Dionaya, 3 copies of Traptrix Mermello, 3 copies of Dogmatika Ecclesia, 3 Traptrix Mantis, and 2 Traptrix Vesiculo. We have 2 copies of a Nadir Servant, 1 copy of Monster Reborn, triple Storming Mirror Force, triple Impermanence, triple Artifact Scythe, 2 copies each of Bottomless Trap Hole, a Gravedigger's Trap Hole, and Floodgate Trap Hole, along with 2 Dogmatic Punishments, and 1 Phantom Knights of Shady Brigadine. As for the extra deck, we have 2 copies of Traptrix Sarah, we have IP Masquerena, Traptrix Caladia, 1 Excess Code Talker, 1 Traptrix Rafflesia, 1 Boguska, 1 copy Traptrix Alamaris, 1 Time Thief Rador, 1 copy Utopia with his lightning counterpart. We have 2 copies of Natis, and 2 copies Titanic Lad. As for the side deck, if you need another Scythe, that's always an option. If your opponent doesn't care about their extra deck, replace all sides with Moral Attack, so you can pop your opponent's cards during their turn. Now, if you want a hand trap, Imperm is really good for stopping my opponents if we happen to be going second, which is like our big weakness. So if you need another hand trap, things like Effect Veiler can be helpful, Ash Blossom, things of that nature. There's also Artifact Dagda, which works with the artifacts, obviously, but not as important, at least in this particular build, but you could run this if you felt the need. I really wanted to play Change of Heart, because it's legal now, but this is a going first deck, so it didn't really work as well. It is a control card, but not for this particular build. Another day, we will take Change of Heart into the fray, but today, not so much. We also have things like Call of the Grave, or Super Poly. Call by Grave, obviously, stop your opponent from stopping your search. The Super Poly, just another cheesy tech card that I considered for, alternate ways of screwing with your opponent, just using things like Mud Dragon or such to steal their stuff and deny them plays while extending your own board. You also have things like Trap Trick to banish a trap to set another copy of itself and then activate it during the same turn. Can be fairly effective, but I decided to go a different route today. And lastly, Solemn Johnson is just here if you feel like you're going to get board nuked a few times and you need some protection. You can also do the same thing with things like Starlight Road and a Stardust Dragon in the extra deck. Your choice there. So, that's our deck today. Let's go ahead now into good old yugioh Pro. Show this deck off. Show you how it works. And we'll have ourselves a good time. Alright, here, our first opponent. Another day, another card game. And a new format. We're going to be in this format for a while, folks. The new ban list is not going to be out till after Christmas. Could be that the ban list we just had is the last one we have for the whole year. Pretty scary thought. Pretty scary thought. Let's see. That'll work. Yeah, that'll work. We got ourselves our Traptrix Mermello. Nice searcher monster. Normal summon it. I get a trap hole. Special summon it. Blow up back row. And we already have hole. So let's get a different hole. We have many a hole in this deck. We have Bottomless Hole, which is not in my hand. We have Gravedigger's Hole. We have the Floodgate Hole. We have whatever hole these have. Many a hole indeed. And the whole idea of our deck, go first and just stop our opponent from doing massive combos. If he's going to normal summon pass, I'm okay with that. That I'm okay with. Not so much the other thing. Let me think. Yeah. Let's go ahead and activate Nadir's Servant. This is a very nice card. I ditch an extra deck monster like Titaniclad here, and I can get myself an Ecclesia to my hand. Probably could have gotten somebody else, but this one will work just as well. So I can special summon Ecclesia, because I have an extra deck monster on the board. And this will search out a Dogmatika card. In this case, I'm going to get Punishment. I could have also gotten Maximus too, but that can come later. That's fine. We'll do that later. For now, we're just going to go ahead and set everything and end our turn and see where it go. Titaniclad will search me my Fleur-de-Lis in the end phase. So I have the ability to negate a monster's effect, because I have Ecclesia here. And it'll have another monster. So, what was I saying about the ban? Yeah, the new Banlist came out. It was actually a really good Banlist, I'm not going to lie, folks. I mean, there's some things like Mystic Mine is still legal, of course. And I swear, if that's what I go up against right here, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be pissed, because I had a nice opening, and this guy's just going to terraform. Okay, what is this? Mysterune. I don't like Mysterune very much. It's not a fun deck. It's all about banishing my nonsense. I don't appreciate that. Alright, so this is Mystic Gruns. It's a mill deck. Specifically, it's a banish mill deck. And let's see, banish the card from the top opponent's deck on the number of cards they control. Ouch. Oh, that's unfortunate. Or summon an extra deck, dude. Could be either or. I mean, he could banish 6 of my cards. Damn. Dang, sucker, he banished all my stuff. It's not what I like to see. I like to see that my opponent was playing like a more straightforward deck. I'm more of a... This is a trolley deck. You know, Traptrix, trolley bunch. But not like offensively trolley, at least in my own opinion. But Mysterune, I just don't like this archetype. I really don't. Alright, well, he foolishly did a fool move by summoning anything. And now I can blow stuff up. So he's got his magical musketeer. What does this do? Summon magic musket. Okay, well that's gonna... So we can activate the Crooked Crown. Does that trigger Starfire? I don't know. Maybe? I guess so. Okay, so regardless of what that does, we're going to send a Natis to the grave. That'll activate Sarah. If a normal trap's activated, I get a dude. And Natis here will pop a card. Let's see. Summon magic musket from the hand. Pokemon, blah, 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 blah. So, I can blow this up. I can destroy Zachiel. And then summon out Murmello over here. Murmello will pop the field spell that I don't want to see on the board. I don't want to see this thing on the board. It's an annoying card. Yeah, there we go. He'll surrender. But basically this thing just lets him reuse his quick plays and draw out the wazoo. Pretty nasty. But there you go. That was what happens when two troll decks collide and one gets an advantage over the other. So that's exactly what we want to do. We want to control the board, stop our opponent from doing stuff. And he hit me hard. I missed those 6 cards like brothers. But we were able to out my opponent's things, and we had just a little bit, just enough spell trap removal to mess with this dude. And so I'm happy saying that we won that duel very handily. Next turn, well, basically, you know, Ecclesia, Fleur-de-Lis. Would that be an OTK? Probably not an OTK, but getting along there. Getting along to that. So there's our first duel. You get an idea of what this deck can do. That was like 80% power, I'd say. I mean, we got ourselves Sarah on the board and our Ecclesia Virtuous and things of that nature. So we did a lot of our power there. So let's go for Duel 2. Try to show off some of the other things this deck can do. There's some other combos, a lot of extra deck monsters we can go into as well. We'll see if we can go into some of those in Duel number 2. Alrighty, second opponent, and let's go and do it again. We're against Juan today. Juan Magnifico, or the Horse. You decide in the comments. Anyway, we're going to be... Okay, there we go. Once again, going first. That's where we want to go, this opening hand. Where are my Traptrix at? I need more than one. I need at least one. Alright, well, at the very least, this is an opening hand where I can, like, do things. It's not an opening hand where I can, like, you know, beat my opponent over the head with it, but it's an opening hand I can at least say that I can do stuff. You know, I've got my Artifact Sanctum, I can cheat out a Scythe, lock the opponent's extra deck for a single turn. Oh, okay, it's Trickstar. I was about to say, he set that card and I was like, is this Mech Knights? No, it's not Mech Knights. I was thinking it could be. So what does this do again? Trickstar Leribel. Trickstars. A lot of troll decks today. Might just be because it's a new format and people are figuring things out. Everyone's playing troll decks. I'm playing a troll deck, so I have no right to complain. Or judge. Or anything for that matter. I have no rights. None. So let me think about this. Let me think about that. I'm going to go ahead and Sanctum here. And the only reason I'm doing this is because, well, two things. One, he has Reincarnate to hit my hand. Number two, I want a monster on the board. I want just to deck it a little bit. I just want to deck it a little. I want to do something. And hey, it helped. It's exactly what I wanted to see. Good old Traptrix Mermello. Very good. So let's go ahead and set this before he does anything. Summon forth Mermello, one of the greatest of all Traptrix monsters. And I only got the one card in hand, so I'm a lot less worried about Reincarnation right now. Reincarnate's a really nasty card, but only when it's played right away. Only when your opponent has like a full hand. I mean, granted, this thing's going to keep poking me in the butt, which is a little annoying. But I will live with it. And yeah, let's make Sarah. You always want to start with a Sarah. You know, the longer Sarah's on the board, just the better, you know. You activate a Traptrix monster, you get a trap. Activate a trap, get a monster. You go for Mermello to pop things, and you get both. It's pretty nice. And yeah, let's do exactly that. Why not? That's why Monster Born was set. I really said it because I figured this was Reincarnate and he was planning to use it. But he didn't. He didn't, like a fool. No! My heart! My heart! No! I needed that. Okay, well that guarantees that this does something. Pretty much guarantees that that's a something that does something. What kind of something? I don't know. This is Traptrix. I mean, I'm Traptrix. That's Trickstars. They're not similar in the slightest. But yeah, Trickstar, Licorice, Burn Deck. No hand trap, no nothing. Interesting. Alright, you know, Sarah's fine. The Traptrix extra monsters, they are immune to traps themselves. The main deck ones aren't. They're immune to whole trap cards. Which, you know, not everyone plays anymore, but they are immune to themselves. So if you ever wonder, you know, what happens in a Traptrix mirror match, not a lot, because they really just kind of bump into each other blindly. And my opponent lose connection. Okay, a rage quit from my opponent. Well, I mean, this is a troll deck. We'll take whatever win we get, because that's how that works. But I want to see my opponent struggle a little harder than that, because I feel like he could have gone at least another turn. So, there's another win. Again, we are controlling the board. And that wasn't even hard going into the control aspect of the deck. I mean, I've just got a Scythe and a Sarah. Sarah's not even holding the Scythe. This dude is. That dude holding the Scythe, not her. She's too short. So, let's go ahead and do a third duel. Hopefully we'll find an opponent who will give us just enough resistance to show off what our deck can really do. As much as I want to shut down, as the control player I am, I want my opponents to at least attempt to come back. Alrighty, our third opponent of the day. And we're having some good luck with the going first. I do like that. This opening hand is tolerable. I would call this a tolerable hand. I mean, I've got Ecclesia, I've got Vesculo, got Mermello, he's got something, he's a 60-card deck, and he's got something. Impermanence. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That is A-okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go into Sarah. We're going to set one of our traps. And we're going to get rid of a trap with Vesculo here. I can ditch a trap to summon Vesculo from mine hand. And doing that, that'll activate Sarah. I've used the monster's effect. Let's go for Grave Digger Hole, because this guy is a 60-carder. I can imagine he's going to use either a hand or a grave effect. That's the nice thing about the trap holes, is that there's a lot of, toolboxy to it. You have different things. I can blow stuff and banish stuff. I can flip things face down forever, or I can negate card effects in the hand/grave. And we'll go for punishment. And sadly, I'm locked out of extra deck the rest of the turn. If I wasn't, I'd go for Cularia. Which I said, I probably could have gone for Cularia. Yeah, that was a misplay. I could have gone for the Link 2. Good old Cularia. Very nice monster. Lets me reuse my trap cards. And it also lets me revive a Traptrix in defense during the end phase. It doesn't bring back Sarah, sadly, but it does bring back other things. So I could have made a Sarah. But we'll do that later. So, is a Swordsoul. So, okay, this is a Yang Zin deck. Cool. Let me think here. So if I play this, let's see, reveal a dude, bring out token. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get rid of the Swordsoul guy. And we're going to go ahead and dip Natis here. That way, when he summons the token, it'll also get destroyed. Also, I played a trap, so I get more stuff. And I will be locked out of the extra deck next turn, because I played the Dogmatika. The thing about Dogmatika, they don't like extra deck things. So it's kind of like, you play the Dogmatikas, you don't get to use your extra deck. On occasion, you want your extra deck, but for the most part, it's like not a big deal that you can't use your extra deck for a turn. We can make do without. But DNI here, a very nice monster special summon, lets me bring back my trap. And then, well, it gets banished next turn if I don't use the thing, but, I still have it. He now knows I have it. Swordsoul Strategist, long one. The longest one. He got the longest dick. I also just noticed this guy has a tail. Have you ever noticed this guy has a tail? I didn't notice that. That's a thing. So, let's me think here. No, I negat you. Consider yourself negat. Alright, well, that'll negate Long Wand. That way he's stuck in the hand. He hasn't normal summon. Oh, he did normal summon. He actually did. Sacred Soul summon. Swordsoul. Summon it. He has already used this thing's effect. So, okay, so that's the trap that blows stuff up. Understandable, considering I do the same. Alright, so let me think. Banish a dude from my grave. Sure, let's go ahead and use Maximus. We'll banish Natis here. We don't need Natis anymore. Natis has done her job. And I'll summon Maxi Boy. Maxi Boy is the extra deck destroy. Depending on what you're up against, he can be really nasty. Like, well, most decks can survive Maximus for like the first time. The second time, a little rougher, as he forces both players to ditch 2 cards from their extra deck. We can survive this because we only use so many things in our extra deck on a common basis. We're going to send Titanic Lad, and we'll send our other Natis. He must also ditch 2 cards. Natis will pop one of his cards. And the question is, what do I want to get rid of? Because the thing is, if I target this is more than likely the trap to pop me, but if I target this, he'll play it anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and target this anyway. Might as well just get out of the way. And we already knew what it was. 2 cards of mine, blow them up. Please touch Sarah. No, he'll hit my back row. My opponent is smarter than the average bear. What can I say? Just a little bit smarter than a bear. But we're pretty set. I mean, I've got like all the attack of the world. So we're going to go ahead and put everybody in attack mode. I can't use the extra deck. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's game. Unless my math is wrong, that's a game right there. So, another quick duel. You know, when the control works, you'll more than likely have a nice quick duel. You know, it depends on, you know, if my opponent had like a bunch of field nukes and a lot of stall tactics of his own, there's a chance he could, you know, survive a while. But if they don't, we're set. You know, we're pretty darn set. So that'll be game right there. I don't even have to end the game. I could have gone for storming. But then again, he'd probably make Baron de Fleur or something with that long one. So, don't want that to happen. So, there's duel number 3. We're having some good luck today. And that was the first non-trolly opponent we've had today, so I'm happy about that. But let's go for one more duel. See if we can finish off strong. We haven't even summoned, like, the Traptrix Exceeds or anything. That's still a thing. We got at least try to do that. Alrighty, fourth and final opponent of the day. It's been an alright day. We haven't gotten to show off, like, everything, but no, that's a hand I can at least be happy with going out. So let's go ahead and summon out Traptrix Mantis. This is the Searcher of Monsters. Be like, hey, ladies and or gentlemen, please come to the hand. And who do I want? I'm actually going to get Dianaya here, so I can make plays next turn. Have some big brain plays later. So we'll make Sarah. Good old Sarah. I already have the Knighted. So what we're going to do is summon out our Ecclesia here. Be like, hello. And I already have Punishment, but I might as well search another Punishment. There's no reason not to. Just checking my dog. He's ready to go out. I gotta wrap things up. Hey, gentlemen, I know, or you're called E-Girl. Potentially a girl, more than likely a dude. Let's just go. Let's go. Show me what you got. I've got a board set up. I've got an Agat in the hand. You've got the Pot of the Extravagant. Alright. Alright, so Scythe more than likely will not help here. Generators. I don't care for generators. I thought that deck died a long time ago. Alright. So, we're up against Generators. It's an archetype I am not a big fan of, because they're really annoying. So, what is he going to do? He's got the boss stage. Is that every stamp, like, what is it? Card add main deck, set during damage step. So basically, if I add a card, he gets a Generator. And there's really nothing I can do to stop this, because I don't have no Ass Blossom. See, if I had Ass Blossom, I would do it. Alright, so how does this thing work? I don't care. I stop you. Or at least attempt to stop. Oh, wait, no, that was the wrong move. I just remembered. Never mind, it's still okay. Now, I remember that there's a Generator card that's like, if you do something in response to his things, it changes what it does. Or something. And this can, like, tribute to, target a card on the field, and banish. I see. Let me think about this. Activate Fleur de Lis. And then he'll tribute to Pop Sarah. That's fine. I have another. There is another. And we'll negate this, even though there's no point to it at this point. I'll do it anyway. And so now what we're going to go ahead and do, summon out Dianaya. And use her effect to revive Mantis. World Legacy's Monstrosity. Can't attack, destroyed during the end phase. I punish you? Potentially? Summon limit. Okay. The battle of the control deck versus the more annoying control deck. Has to be said. Has to be said. And that'll stop him. Ha! In your face, generators. Get out of here. You're baby boomer generation. Go away. Get away. Okay, so, yeah. Being able to pop his Generaider, it stopped Monstrosity, and I was going to get to pop his Field Spell. Once he loses the Field Spell, he's pretty much dead. I probably could have also stopped Summon Limit, but doesn't matter either way. So, there you go, everybody. We were able to control the board today, and that's what happens when we do. So let's go ahead for the end screen time. I've got a dog to take out, and that's more important in life. So let's go for the end screen. Alright, so Dogmatika Traptrix went pretty damn hard today. My opponents were the strongest today. You know, the format's still new. People are still figuring things out. Still playing pretty much the same decks as always because they don't know what to try. But such is life. I'm sure soon we're going to be seeing some Yada locks. You know, I'm surprised I didn't see any today. I probably could have put Yugioh in here. Like, take out Shade Brigandine. He didn't do anything, Shade Brigandine. I mean, he's a cool card when you get him. And you probably could have, you know, I probably could have run another copy of him, to be honest, but he didn't do nothing. I could have thrown in Yugioh and Yada locked somebody. That would have been hilarious. Maybe in the Black Wings video. I will make room for Yugioh in the Black Wing video. Okay. But for now, thank you everybody home for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, again, consider liking and subbing if you feel like sub. We're trying to get the 600 subs. That's the current big goal of the channel. And your boy Memphis will see you again next time with some Black Wing action. We're going to go for a very hard-going second Black Wings. So definitely got to try and throw Yugioh in there, if only for shits and giggles. So I'll see you again next time. Memphis signing out. Until next time, y'all take care.